I beat myself up over this every day. I have to make this my last time in jail, and I plan to. I'm sincerely remorseful to my victim in this case. Again, I'm sorry to everyone I caused pain to in this case.
And for appropriate punishment.
All right, get out, man. Come on, man. Sit me, man.
Stay down.
No, man. Get me out of here, man. Get me out of here, man. What the f*** you mean? Get me the f*** out of here.
The guy you see on screen getting dragged out of the courtroom was just sentenced for doing something extremely serious to somebody young who was close to him. I can't get into specifics because of YouTube's guidelines, but trust me, it is very bad. On top of everything, he actually tried to get the victim to retract her statement against him, and then he had the nerve to stand up in court and blame the whole thing on alcohol. Make sure to stick around till the end because the freak out at the end of this video is honestly hands down one of the most unhinged things I have ever seen in my entire time watching courtroom footage. Let's get into it.
First and foremost, I'd like to apologize to the courts for appearing before them today. I'd like to apologize to the victim in this case. I'm not going to use alcohol or drugs as an excuse for anything. However, alcohol was a main factor in this case. But I take full responsibility for my actions because I chose to make the irresponsible decision consuming too much alcohol than I could handle, causing poor, regretful choices leading to my incarceration. I've read the police reports and feel ashamed, embarrassed, and hurt because that's not the person I am. And I wouldn't be standing here today if I would have just been more responsible. I have 4 younger children that I've let down because of being locked away from them, missing out on watching them grow, having to deal with that as a heartache alone. The only thing I can do now is work on myself while incarcerated, take advantage of all programs they offer, and become a better man and a better father, and not give up doing so. I have to make this my last time in jail, and I plan to. I'm sincerely remorseful to my victim in this case, letting her down when I was supposed to be a father figure in her life. I beat myself up over this every day. Over this, wishing I could take it all back. I just hope she can grow up in life and leave this in the past, and that it doesn't affect her future. Again, I'm sorry to everyone I caused pain to in this case.
Thank you. Why did you call her after you were in jail?
Because I was told by the detective I was allowed to.
Okay.
I didn't call her, I called my wife and she answered the phone.
All right. And what contact did you have with her about retracting her statement or modifying her statement?
It wasn't retracting. We talked about counseling, going to counseling and stuff, because that was something that they was talking about making them do, and something she said she didn't want to do.
Well, trying to, whether directly contacting her or contacting her through your wife, was wholly inappropriate, and it was further evidence of you trying to take advantage of her at that young age, like you did when this happened.
Now she asked the detective if she could have contact with me when this case was all started. Then when I went to my preliminary hearing on February 11th, I asked the detective and he told me the same thing.
All right. Well, you're experienced enough in the system to have the wisdom that you shouldn't have been contacting her, in talking to her, having about anything having to do with this case. So you've in your statement you say you apologize to her, but then in the pre-sentence report you talk about how you don't believe you did everything you're accused of doing and wanted to take this to trial. What's that all about?
I don't remember exactly what I said, Your Honor, but what I was saying was I don't have recollection of what happened the night of, so I wasn't admitting to, I don't know what happened.
This guy literally opened up his apology by saying he wasn't going to blame drugs or alcohol, and then what does he do? He immediately blamed drugs and alcohol. Like, in the same breath, too. He really wants to frame this whole thing as something that just happened to him, like he was some kind of passenger in his own body that night. And then in the next breath, he talks about his kids, but you also had that same family when you made this horrible decision to do what you did, so pretty much that whole argument doesn't really land the way he thinks it does. I mean, the crying, the apology, and the whole performance here. I'm pretty sure a judge who has been on the bench long enough can smell the BS from a mile away in the courtroom. And what really gets me is that this guy also tried to get the victim to walk back her statement while he was sitting in jail. So like on one hand, he's standing here telling the court how sorry he is. And then on the other hand, he was on the phone trying to make sure the person he hurt couldn't speak against him. It's just very clear to me that this apology was never about accountability. This dude is just trying to save his own butt here.
So did you or didn't you do this stuff?
Yes.
And I got to tell you, it doesn't get much worse than this kind of stuff.
I understand.
And I would note in the record that in 2009 or 2010, you were sentenced to prison on a burglary, released on judicial release, and then returned to prison after a violation of the judicial release. And you were released January 7th of 13. You went back to prison on another case on May 1st of 13 and got out in August. Went to prison on an attempted burglary, trespass in a habitation, breaking and entering, June 23 of 16 through August 5 of 18. A whole bunch of theft offenses between that last prison sentence and where you are today. So you've had a lifetime of criminal activity, but none worse than what has occurred here. So I've reviewed the pre-sentence report and the victim impact statement. I've considered what you have said, what counsel has said, and I've also considered that they've made a joint recommendation of 96 months in prison. And so on count, and I've considered all the provisions in 29, 29, 11, 29, 29, 12, 13, and 14. In consideration of all that, on count 5, I'm going to sentence you to a term of 60 months. On count 6, I'm going to sentence you to a term of 60 months that will be consecutive to one another with credit for 143 days. And consecutive sentences are necessary to protect the public from future crime by you and for appropriate punishment.
All right, get out, man. Get out, man. Me, man.
Stay down.
No, man. Get me the out of here, man.
Judge.
Come on.
And
Took my plea back, man. Get me the out of here, man. Get me out of here. Get me out of here, man. Get me out of here, man.
Almost done, Judge.
Get me the out of here.
and they
No, man. Get me out of here. Get
consecutive.
me out of here, man. What the you mean? Get me the out of here. Man, get me the out of here.
Let me get my leg.
Get me out of here, man.
Just take him into the chair.
Okay, we're in the chair.
All right.
We're kissing tomorrow.
Just put me on your visiting list
Alright.
for jail and
All
for.
right, man. Stop touching me, man.
Well,
I'm not doing man. I'm not doing
go.
I'm not doing
So he ended up with consecutive sentences, which basically means he has to serve them back to back instead of at the same time. And honestly, given what he did, I honestly don't know how anybody expected anything differently. I feel like concurrent sentences for something like this would have been a slap in the face to the victim. And I think the judge knew exactly what he was doing. And I feel like this was honestly one of the most satisfying hearings I've ever done on this channel. Like, this dude literally was crying. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to say he was crying, but it was pretty close. I mean, he was wiping some fake tears off his face during that apology. And then right when the judge says the word consecutive, he's just losing it. I mean, I've seen toddlers handle disappointment with more composure than this guy. It's just like, I don't even know. It's the audacity, honestly, is the best word I'm thinking about. It's like you're performing all of this remorse for like 10 minutes, and then you throw a fit like that in open court. I mean, it honestly just says everything you need to know about the person he really is. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments if you think the sentence was justified. He did end up getting 10 years in prison for this, so I personally don't think it's justified. I mean, I think the judge did the best he could, but at the end of the day, at least he's not out in public right now, so thank you so much for watching, guys.